Having dandruff or flakes on your scalp has got to be the equivalent to having some type of acne breakout on your face. It's just something you don't want on you. You shampoo your hair today, tomorrow it's back. It's just like a never ending cycle, and it's so embarrassing and frustrating, and you just don't want to have it anywhere near you. You don't want anyone judging you. Hey, curl friends, and welcome back to Cocaknotz, home of the Long Hair Society. If you are ready to get some long hair and you tired of being in the short hair community, come on over here and join the Long Hair Society by clicking that subscribe button and join a community that believes on getting inches, baby. My name is Crystal. I'm an herbalist and a hairstylist and a scientist, and I like to make tutorials showing you how to get longer, stronger, thicker hair fast. And I also formulated some magical products that's going to help you get to all your hair goals. It's been a couple of weeks since my last video, but now we back for that attack on that dandruff, period. So let's get into it, because these people be not trying to tell you how to get rid of your dandruff because they want to keep getting your coins, selling you all type of treatments for it. But it's just one simple thing that you just need to include in your routine, and boom, your scalp gonna be clean, boo. And you ain't gonna have to worry about all them snowflakes all over your black clothes and scared to open up your hair because you don't want nobody seeing that you got all kind of stuff on your scalp. That's embarrassing, and you don't need to go through that. It is very frustrating to look at your scalp and see that your scalp is upset and see all that stuff on your scalp. Nobody don't need to see that. Ugh. Girl, I mean, I'm not trying to make it sound disgusting, but at the same time, it don't look right. When I was younger, I used to have a bad scalp. And anytime somebody would comb my hair, they would always talk about it and just be trying to scrape at it and pick at it. And it was just so embarrassing. I had to go to doctors and all those type of stuff to put all this purple stuff on my scalp. It was a lot to go through as a young child. But now that I understand how to get rid of dandruff, honey, listen, you gonna love this video. So go ahead and like this video, because I'm about to change lives in this video, okay? Because the doctors, they gonna keep taking your money as long as you keep giving to them. All the products that you see me using today can be found at cocaknotz.com, and it will be linked in the description box. So go ahead and grab you some all-natural products. And this tool that I'm using, I grabbed it off of Amazon, and you'll see how I use this tool. Now, I done told y'all I'm a whole scientist over here. I'm also a police officer, a lawyer, a doctor, and I'm a private dancer on the weekends. But part of being a scientist is being a great researcher. And if you want to understand any type of disorder or disease that you're dealing with, oh, you definitely better get prepared to research it, because you can't treat anything if you don't know what it is. And if you want to solve a problem, well, you got to develop a formula to that problem, which means you got to understand the problem. So if you have a scalp problem, you have to understand what a scalp is. A scalp is a descriptive anatomical term that refers to the subcutaneous tissue that covers the cranium and is comprised of 5 layers: skin, dense connective tissue, epicranial aponeurosis, loose areolar connective tissue, and periosteum. Listen, I'm going to be saying some big words throughout this video, and I'm definitely not going to be pronouncing it right. So I'm going to be putting the words up so y'all can pronounce it with me. So don't nobody be talking about me because I don't know how to pronounce these big old words that got like 11 letters in them. So now that we understand what the scalp is made of, it's time for us to understand some other facts about the scalp. The scalp's natural pH is around 5.5, which is slightly more basic alkaline than hair, but is similar to the rest of the skin on the body. Just like the hair's pH fluctuates and impacts the hair's health, the scalp's delicate pH can be disturbed, so keeping them both steady is a careful balancing act. So we all know that pH stands for potential hydrogen, and there are so many different body parts that has its own potential hydrogen levels. And now that we understand what scalp's hydrogen level should be at, we need to understand that we need to keep it around that specific number. If not, you're going to be dealing with scalp inflictions, you're going to be dealing with frizzy hair, you're going to deal with stunted growth of your hair, and so many different things that can go wrong long if you don't keep the scalp's pH environment at a steady level. Here are some signs if the pH of your scalp is off. You are going to experience flaky, itchy, dry scalp or frizzy hair. There's a good chance the environment of your scalp is too alkaline. You're likely using a shampoo with a high pH and it's stripping away the acidic sebum that keeps fungi and bacteria from taking over. So what scientists are trying to tell you is that you need to stop using them strong ass shampoos that y'all be using that got too much of a strong pH to it, and that's stripping your hair too much. I know y'all be thinking y'all want y'all hair to be squeaky clean with these shampoos that's gonna clean your hair so good, but you better believe that it's gonna take away that natural sebum that keeps your scalp acidic and keeps the bacteria on your scalp, the good bacteria, from keeping fungi at bay. So you got to make sure that you're using a natural shampoo that is very gentle, that's going to cleanse your scalp but not cleanse the sebum. I know sometimes when people try natural shampoos, they feel like it's, you know how them natural deodorants, you be using it but you still be funky. That's how some people feel about natural shampoos. You feel like, oh, it's not cleaning my scalp too good. You don't want your scalp clean too good. You just want the dirt and all the stuff, you know, that's not supposed to be there to get off, but you don't want that sebum to get off. And if you don't know what sebum is, even though they're telling you it's your natural oil, it's actually blood. But that's a whole different topic, okay? You see, you got to stick with me, kid, because I'm going to break down this science so you can understand your hair, because if you understand your hair, you're going to have long hair. So I'm using this tool along with the soft and conditioned water and a hot oil treatment to gently buff away that layer of fungi and bacteria build up off her scalp before I thoroughly cleanse it with a natural shampoo. But I wanted to give you some context. So this is my sister, and if you know, she recently gave birth to a baby. And all you mothers out there, raise your hand if your body went through some things after giving birth. And she did experience some postpartum hair shedding, and she's also now experienced her scalp pH being totally off. She has all of this going on in her scalp and she just doesn't understand. So she went ahead and booked a dermatologist appointment because she was like, listen, you know how some folks is. They feel better when somebody in a white coat tell them something. They don't want to hear from me, the hood doctor, what the problem is. So she went to the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. And you know what they did? Pat her on the back and gave her some medicine that only made things worse. Of course, it treated it for a couple of days, and by the second or third wash, it was back again. So it's just a Band-Aid that's not fixing the actual problem. So she came crawling back to me, the hood scientist, to come on and help her scalp. And I was like, girl, come on back. Let me help you, okay? Come on back to these natural products, because you see them strong old medication they gave you ain't do nothing. So go ahead and listen to me, and I'm going to show you how to get all that off your scalp, girl, and balance your scalp back out. So let's talk science. So what is dandruff? Dandruff is small pieces of dead skin in a person's hair. We got that. Now, there are other different forms of scalp inflammations that look like dandruff. We have seborrheic dermatitis. I know I'm pronouncing it wrong. We also have different forms of eczema and cradle cap. So there are different forms that will look like dandruff, but a lot of these fall under the category of fungi overgrowth. This condition is likely caused by overgrowth of Malaysia yeast. Ooh, that sounds like a cute name, Malaysia. Ooh, that's nice and exotic. I'm sure somebody named a baby out there that name before, definitely, and spelled it just like that. Probably put a little H at the end. Now, this is a type of yeast that's normally found on skin, but when inflammation occurs or when there's any type of pH imbalance, that's when you'll have an overgrowth of this yeast and you'll have all these scalp problems start to happen. Now, there are various reasons that will start an overgrowth of this particular yeast. Some range from alcoholism to stress to hormonal changes to the use of certain detergents, medications, shampoos, and hair products. This particular yeast, it eats on the oils on your scalp. So you have to keep your scalp clean But then again, you can't have it too clean because it's going to lead to dry scalp. So you really have to work on balancing the pH of your scalp. And I'm telling you, the best way to balance the pH of your scalp over time is to really switch to natural products, because natural products have a natural pH. They have certain vitamins, minerals, and amino acids that are going to keep the pH of your scalp at a healthy homeostasis. So definitely make the switch so you don't have to worry about how I'm gonna get my pH low, how I'm gonna get my pH of my scalp high. Just use natural products and it will work itself out over time. According to my research, using pyrithian zinc will kill malacia and all other fungi. So if you're dealing with any type of fungi overgrowth, especially on your scalp, maybe your body is telling you that you are deficient in zinc and you need to replenish your zinc storage. And that seems to be the problem for my sister. She needs to go ahead and replenish her zinc storage because her baby took it all. So definitely consume foods that are higher in zinc, like oyster, plenty of red meat and poultry, and all other kinds of seafood, nuts, whole grains, breakfast cereals, and dairy products. I hope this helps you out. Make sure you grab these products from cocaknotz.com. And if you want a more personal approach, make sure you book my virtual one-on-one consultations. They really help, and I have helped so many people, and I'm ready to help you, because long hair is your destiny and big hair is your birthright, and a clean scalp.